Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I am surviving, doing as best as I can with the hectic month that I've had. As you'll notice, I've kind of been unable to do a lot of the streams and stuff that I would want to do as often as I would like. I'm hoping that that will, come back a little bit once things start to settle down, I guess. Um, but I'm planning on coming back to form within the next month or so, having more videos out, more streams where I'm playing games again. That's the plan. Hopefully that comes through. We'll see. But I'm at least back to doing this week. And the elephant in the room. So it's come to my attention as of yesterday morning that the creator of the Monument Mythos, Alex Casanas, aka Mr. Manticore, deleted a lot of the videos in his on his channel as of probably yesterday or the night before yesterday, so Friday night. And upon looking into it, I discovered that a once private Google Doc of some very I keep saying because I'm trying to find the words to put it in to keep it as brief and concise as possible. This Google Doc was dropped in private initially to him, some friends, in a private Discord from my understanding. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me in the comments later if I got this wrong. They dropped, by they I mean his ex-girlfriend, dropped a Google Doc with allegations of abuse of the sexual variety and of the emotional variety and the physical variety. There are screenshots in this Google document that provide proof of admittance to these things, and he is allegedly, from what I've seen, I'm saying allegedly because I didn't see it firsthand, I'm only seeing screenshots on Reddit of him agreeing to the allegations or fessing up to the allegations of abuse to this girl. So in lieu of that, I'm going to treat it as I did with Tribe 12. I'm going to cover the modern day Mythos, which is probably going to be this stream, and then the one in 2 weeks to finish it up. And I'm not going to touch the Monument Mythos saga ever again. I don't condone any of his actions of things that he's admitted to doing and proof of doing said things. Even if he has allegedly gone to get help, I'm not going to cover this after that. So this and the stream in 2 weeks will be my last two streams covering the Monument Mythos anything. I wanted to make that perfectly clear before I get into the first half of it. We're going to go through the first half of the 14 videos associated with modern day Mythos to this point that were all deleted. I was only able to find these through another YouTuber, which is in the description, Alice Naylor, who has archived them on her channel. So I'm going to give all due credit to her. But because of the information that has come to light, I will not be covering anything after the modern day Mythos regardless of whether or not I liked the series, which I did. Obviously, I've done a lot of content on it, including 2 very highly edited videos on the channel that have gotten a lot of praise and got a lot of attention. For a small channel like mine, I am not going to continue covering it. That is what it is, but I at least wanted to make that perfectly clear to everybody, since I'm sure when new content comes out, it is going to be asked about. If new content comes out. I have no idea if he's going to come back or not to make more content in the Monument Mythos saga, but this is where it's going to end for me. So anybody got questions about that before I move on to the actual content? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to mull over what I have said. I know some people have just come in. My suggestion is to go back a little bit. If you are confused as to what I'm talking about, go back like a few minutes and look at what I've kind of sort of covered. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Not going to cover exactly what was done other than describing the type of abuse that occurred. It seems like not a lot of people are going to ask questions or kind of push back on that at all, which I appreciate. But I will give you guys some time to figure out exactly what I'm talking about before I go forward. Other than that, I'm planning on doing a lot more other stuff. I know next weekend is my the makeup for the rant stream that didn't happen last month. It's due to a lot of extenuating circumstances that have made making content difficult. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I need to go over, I think, for the time being. I have plenty of other series to go through. I know there's other stuff from the creator of the Mandela catalog, original copies and oldest view. I have a litany of other analog horror and ARG things to go through at some point that I would love to go over with you guys, including Midwest Angelica, the Godzilla suit incident, Angel Hair, Liminal Land, and more. So I will very much enjoy being able to do that with you guys, I think, in the near future. With that said, we might as well get into the content itself. Get the show on the road. We've got 7 videos to go through, none of which are very long. So hopefully we can blow through it pretty quickly and go on with our day. Last but not least, anybody who's a mother out there, happy Mother's Day. Please enjoy the time that you have with your children and with your mothers. If you haven't already said happy Mother's Day to them, please do so. You never know when you may not be able to again. Enjoy the time with them while you can have it. Anyways, let's begin. This is the teaser, which was uploaded in August of last year for the modern day Mythos saga. That's George Washington's face, obviously. I'm not sure who's that supposed to be. Is that... It could be Gandhi? I'm not totally sure. I can't totally make out exactly. The music's also pretty cool. I very much enjoy it. It's very intriguing, I would say. It brings your attention to things, and it kind of tells you that things are going to be very out of whack and very wrong, which we already know because it is the Monument Mythos. Who is that? Hello, Meow Cat. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Not sure who that is either. Can't tell. He seems to be very angry. That's definitely Hillary. That's Hillary Clinton for sure. And I will always say it, she can Pokemon Go fuck herself. Yes, yes. As far as political shit I will talk about on this channel, we'll go. Which is funny because I know this is going to be highly political. It might be, Dean. I'm not totally sure. Can't totally tell. And pretty sure this is Trump. Orange Man. Yep. September 2023 is when it came out. So, if you aren't catching on already, this particular saga of the modern day mythos is supposed to be about modern day politics, meaning the last, I don't know, decade, 2 decades of our world is going to be covered and kind of played around with. I know there's a lot of Trump stuff in here. I'm aware that there are a lot of political undertones to this. I am not somebody who's particularly politically apt. I don't like being political, but I know that it's going to be unavoidable here, so I will try and keep it to a minimum when it comes to my political view or viewpoints. I'm going to try and stick strictly to what this timeline is. And I don't, from my understanding, this is another completely different timeline from any that we've covered so far. It's not the Nixon verse. It's not the Dean verse. It's not our alternate reality, I don't think. I could be wrong, but this is where it goes. Oh, True Assassin's here. We gotta restart the stream. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. I'm not restarting the stream completely. We're going to go ahead and get into the very first video outside of the teaser, which is America Attack. And let's begin. Operation Seed. It's one of our monuments. Host monument. Quote unquote host. Parasite rocket. So, are we purposefully infecting monuments now? Is that what I'm led to believe here? Or at least is that what it's putting on its face? I'm not totally sure. Let's find out. Kind of looks like a gnome, too. Very odd. Open host monument, so they're obviously going to take the head off of it, pop the rocket, parasite rocket into the host monument, and I guess that's going to make it supernatural now? Is it of the paranormal variety like the rest of the monuments in America? Kind of looks like, yeah, kind of looks like a gnome. It's a little funny to me. At least they put it through the head instead of the other end, right, guys? Haha. Ha 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 ha. Lol.
Now, scatter.
Oh, it moved. Okay. And then it did a little move thing. It did a little dance. Okay. Pretty sure it's a freedom statue. I think it is, yeah.
Now, scattered across Japan are huge statues of the Buddhist goddess.
No, it's not. Oh, that's what it is. We were wrong. We were wrong, Atomic Beans. It's not the freedom statue. I think it's that. The goddess Cannon. Kannon.
Today, most have fallen into disrepair, sparking growing concerns among local communities. NHK rules Matsuba Tsubasa.
Ooh, that's too loud.
All buildings
too loud.
are required to use lights so aircraft can fly safely at night. This statue.
I mean, that makes sense. I guess this is like a lot of the other monuments are meant to be like a beacon of sorts for those coming in and out of the country or that particular area. So it makes sense that it would be used for that. but I'm assuming this is the infected monument, and therefore things are going to be bad.
Has not been lit up for a long time.
I'm gonna mute that because it's very loud. Oh. Oh! Wait, what? So something loud came towards it, extremely loud. It's gotta be something big. Comes zooming towards it, and boom. It's cut in half.
We just received the
Wow.
former president's mugshot. We want to show that to you here. John, do we...
I've seen this picture before, but it doesn't change how staggeringly unsettling it is. It's shocking. It's like his face is covered in blood. Are his eyes poked out? It looks like his eyes are gone. His mouth is all screwed up. This is definitely one way to go with the mugshot. That obviously this is a real mugshot, if I'm not mistaken. This is something that's been recent, and yeah, that's highly unsettling. I'm curious as to what occurred to cause that.
I think the former president will weaponize this image to help him with fundraising. You mentioned this earlier, but to what point, and will it work in gaining support for his 2024 campaign?
When I saw the image just a couple moments ago,
I'm pretty sure that this is actually a news story that's come out in like it legitimately came out in our area, reality. This literally is real. Cannon will have call the emergency services. Yep, EMS needs to be called immediately. She has fallen and she cannot get up. Life alert. But I think this is real. This actually did happen. It probably is an NBC. It's probably a main news station that we actually have. So I like the playing on grabbing real life events and tweaking them just a little bit to fit this other universe, this other timeline that doesn't exist.
it reminded me of Donald Trump's book cover that he released in 2000.
Interesting. Is that Donald Trump book cover? I'm curious. Is that real? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, that mugshot is real. I just kind of looked it up, but I don't see that. So that might be something that Manticore made.
The threat is the most powerful weapon known to man. It
What
alone
threat?
has maintained peace and prosperity on this great planet. But I don't use the threat. I don't touch it all the time. Everywhere I go, they ask me, Donald, why don't you threaten them? That's the only way they'll listen. And I tell them the truth. I don't use the threat because I respect the threat. The less I use it, the more powerful it becomes. The threat alone ended World War II.
Okay, so they're talking about nuclear weaponry. I wonder... I think that's the American Psycho cover. Is it? American Psycho book cover. Let me see. It is. It is the American Psycho book cover. Interesting. Huh. That is one heck of a reference to make in regards to Trump. That's all I'm going to say about it. But this line, listening to what is being said on here, the threat is the most powerful weapon known to man. Alone has maintained peace and prosperity on this great planet. I won't use it. I don't want to touch it all. I don't touch it all the time. Everywhere I go, they ask me, Donald, why don't you threaten them? Obviously, this is akin to what happened with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. it did cause a significant wake-up call for the entire world when we used the atomic bomb, not once, but twice. And the fallout of those bombs being dropped did make an entire war that technically never happened, the Cold War, all about a nuclear threat. And still to this day, we are talking about whether or not nuclear weaponry will be used to cause what is inevitably going to be called World War III. You're going to see it pop up all the time on Twitter, all over social media. The most recent one that I know of was when we saw the attacks on Israel by Iran. And it definitely is something that shouldn't be used lightly or talked about lightly. So I guess that what he's saying is true. It is a silent threat that causes a semi-peace. The whole book has a clear, concise prose to it, and in an era of consummate professionalism, that really gives it a big boost. Harvey, no. Triple J, no.
War II for
We'll keep going. We'll keep going now.
It's true. Ask the Japanese.
As harsh as that sounds, I don't totally disagree with what is being said. I don't like Trump. Trust me, I don't. But, there's an air of truth to that. A through line of truth, if you will. American Psycho cover, obviously. We've already figured that out. Okay. Operation Seed. I'm assuming we're going to find out what exactly Operation Seed is now. 45 to ongoing. 1945, by the way, is the end of World War II. Alaska, Hawaii, U.S. itself. Lower 48. Interesting way to put it. Preserve and expand the right to purchase an assault weapon on American soil. This is super ominous. The world. Extend the range of lethal force. Can we not? So the Coliseum, I think that's Empire State Building. I know that is obviously the Eiffel Tower. I think those are Japanese buildings. The pyramids, Statue of Liberty, Big Ben. I think that's India. I don't remember what that's called. I know that's Sydney, Australia. No, that's not India. Where is that? I'm not sure. I know that probably is. And the Capitol building. Russia. There you go. Thank you, Meowcat. That is Russia. That's India, I'm gonna guess. So we've got Italy, US again, France, Japan, Egypt, US again, UK, Russia, Australia, India, I'm assuming, and the US again. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for correcting me. I couldn't totally tell because it's a little bit hard in some ways. So Operation Seed is to put nukes in monuments. Is that what I'm understanding? Because that's what it seems like. If you or your loved one has been affected by Operation Seed, you may be entitled to compensation. Yeah, nothing about this sounds very good. I think that is the end of it. It is. Okay, so we'll go to the next video. Debate demon, modern day. It says, claim the debate demon persists as of 2023. It's 9 minutes long. It's a little bit on the longer side. Everything else is everything is like 12 minutes and below, so we'll probably get through this really quickly. But this one is Debate Demon. I'm assuming it is us seeing a debate happen for the 2024 election. Let's get into it.
If someone is singled out, you get 30 seconds to respond. And when the
First
time
debate in
runs
August
out,
2023.
we all will hear this.
So yeah, this is very much centered in our current timeline of the 2024 election. It's very politically charged. I'm curious to see where this goes.
So tonight, these candidates have a big opportunity to break out of the pack and to explain why they are best prepared to be the Republican choice for president.
Interesting. It goes from being able to understand what they're saying to this gibberish. I don't see any subtitles at all. Debate Demon. Okay, that's the name of this.
Now, I have to go back to work on my State of the Union speech. And I worked on it.
Okay, so this is back when Bill Clinton was president. Another, obviously, decisive, or not decisive, divisive president. Not like any of the more recent presidents in the last 30 years have been anything but divisive.
Pretty late last night. But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did
Not have sexual relations with that woman.
Miss Lewinsky.
Yes, you did.
I never told anybody to lie. Not a single time. Never. These allegations are false. And I need to go back to work for the American people. Thank you.
But we all know that that's not what happened. So January 1998, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit dyslexic. What happens in January 1998? First sign of the debate demon. I wonder who that is. Curious. Ah. Is that what the debate demon is supposed to be? What is that? Looks like a Pokemon. Tiny little Pokemon. Maybe not. I do nothing for William God. Or I do nothing for God, William. I'm not sure.
Another issue. This weekend, reports say there were 30 shootings, and a number of them including kids. Add that to the big increase in school shootings around the country. Democrats blame this crisis on easy access to guns. They also blame Republicans for blocking gun control legislation. What would President Christie do?
I'm sure this is going to be a very weird answer because I know that this is an extremely hot topic nowadays. Me personally, I am a big supporter of the Second Amendment, as I am a gun owner, a registered gun owner, a lawful gun owner, as well as a military veteran. So I have an understanding of what the weapons capabilities are of what I own, and I know how to utilize them properly. I don't know if I'm going to like this answer. I generally don't dabble in politics at all because it's like politics and religion are the two things that I don't like to talk about very much, purely because it is such a heated topic that causes any kind of conversation to go from being constructive to destructive. It's very difficult to have a good conversation about either, so I try to avoid them. So if I sound like I am hesitant to talk about something, that is why. Let's see. No, we're not going to find out, I guess. August 2023. 8 signs of the debate demon. Okay. So everybody's faces are blocked out, but I'm pretty sure we know who they are because I'm darn sure this event actually happened. This guy. Chris Christie, okay.
Well, it is an extraordinarily good question.
Okay, here's the answer.
With not a lot of great answers. So first off, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you, oh, just elect me and I'll solve that problem for you, because we've had too much of that in this country.
It's true. Do I believe you? No. Found on the stage. Now things are going to be very edited. You don't even need to lie, Christopher. It's very odd. Next guy over.
Well, the criminals
Asa
want to
Hutchinson.
get those. I think what you've got to look at are those with mental health issues, and that's a focal point. We want to keep them out of the hands of those that can do this kind of harm.
Found on the stage. Blame the ill. We are better than them, Asa. Okay, so I will say that I don't agree with that, and I do and don't agree with that. My husband and I do have mental illnesses. However, we very much have those treated to a point where we are not of harm to ourselves or others as gun owners. There are some that aren't that way. And I will agree that it probably isn't smart to have weapons that can cause so much damage in such a short span of time to those sorts of people. But I think it's wrong to say that everybody who has a mental illness or is ill is 100% likely to cause harm if they own weaponry like that. If you are a lawful citizen of the USA, you are lawfully registered with that weaponry, and you keep them locked in away in a manner that properly safeguards the utilization of that weapon by anybody else's means, outside of the use of self-defense. If, say, somebody were to break into my house, I don't think that everybody who has a mental illness will cause harm with weaponry if they have firearms. That's just my viewpoint on it. But what I'm seeing with these notes, I'm guessing they're on the podium with them. It's telling them what to say, which is interesting. I'm curious as to what else the debate demon does. Oh, Pence.
Not only does the media too often ignore, but they also won't tell the whole story about firearms in America.
That's true.
I mean, think about it.
Partially. All these are kind of sort of true in a way.
And the heartbreak.
Found on the stage. What does it tell him to say? Blame the media? Tragedy is propaganda. Chin up, Michael. I mean, it can be utilized as propaganda. DeSantis.
I'm not going to let you accuse me of committing criminal activity. I am not going to take that. I am not going to take that. So you should, you want to have a civil conversation, that's one thing. Try to say that.
Vitriolic defensiveness. What did the debate demon say? Ronald, we are not criminals. Who's next? Vivek Ramas.
We are the pioneers.
Vivek Ramaswamy. Ramaswamy.
To be the explorers, to roam the American terrain without any government telling them what they could or couldn't do. And the reason we're able to do it is because the existence of that Second Amendment. Now, I'll tell you, you hear from the other side that, well, we have school shootings in this country. We have mass shootings. I'll tell you, we have a mental health epidemic across America.
That's true.
You better take away. You want to sell the drugs on the street?
What does the debate demon have to say about this? Chaos wins, make noise, Vivek. There's 2 more, I believe, or at least 1 more. Nikki Haley.
We are South Carolinians who love our guns, who love to hunt, who love to use it as a sport, and we appreciate it. And any company that decides to manufacture here, we're going to welcome them.
Okay, what does the debate demon have to say? Protect assets, Nimrata. It's getting much louder every time these come up. So we got 1 more, I believe. What does the debate... 2 more. I'm sorry. Tim Scott and Doug Burgum. I don't recognize a lot of these names. And I guess they don't comment on it at all. I wonder, does the debate even tell them to not? Found on the stage. Yep. We have no comment, Timothy. We have no comment, Douglas. So I'm guessing the debate demon gives them their responses to certain things ahead of time. This is how you will react. This is inside of a kid's classroom. Jaw. Skull. Bullet hole. The map of all the shootings that have happened in the US, I'm assuming in the last few years. Since 1998. All the presidents when they left office. Maybe not when they left office, or close to when they did. Those are all of the last presidents since. What kind of message are you trying to tell us, Alex Exonis? Alright, that's Debate Demon. So next we have the special tree. And in the comments it says, God bless America prayer. Evaluation remains unanswered. What is the special tree? Throughout the various time streams of the Monument Mythos, strange portals in the shape of trees keep individuals out of harm's way. But who decides the fate of these escapees? Where are they sent to? The disturbing experiences of Maya Ray Arnoldson and Leonard Westmoreland shed some light. So we're bringing back old characters. I always like when they bring things back to where the lore of the Monument Mythos has started. The main characters that have been a through line of every single timeline that has been a part of the saga as an overall story. I wonder what they have to say today. 10.5 minutes. Hi. What's up, Lincoln? Maya Ray Arnoldson, 23. I'm guessing this is the same... That looks like the same person from the last video when they were showing the classroom and stuff towards the end of the last video. Actors in here this time. Interesting. 1 week since release.
This is Mr. Squirrel. He's my ESA. Oh.
Maya learned of their nomination through a text from their lawyer. Nomination for what, exactly?
It was a weird day because it had started off pretty well. I had an exam and I thought that I did really well on it despite not really thinking that I would.
Yeah, that's definitely the same person for the last thing. Aw, shit. Howdy, Octane Junkie. Thank you so much for the very, very generous donation. 07's in the chat for Octane Junkie for the $100 dono. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Let me get the dono sound and all that fun stuff out of the way so that we can continue with the coverage. Yes, yes, I believe so. So, alert box. It's not going to play the donation I usually use for this. There it is. There we go. Get away from her, you bitch! Happy Mother's Day to Ripley! Since she is a mom in the series. Dead Xenomorph. Okay. It's out of the way. Back to the normal. Back to the content itself.
I just remember...
Hey, Jacob.
Going out to the parking lot before I headed home. I saw people that I knew, but I was by myself that day. And then I got a text, and the text just was off. There was just something off about it, even though it was exactly the same kind of text I'd received before, but to receive it at that time of day...
Wait, hold on. Go back. I missed what's happened. Alright, so this is a photograph of a tree.
Myself that day.
I'm assuming it is a special tree.
Then
yeah, it looks like it.
And the text just was off.
Maya, we need to talk.
There was just something off about it, even though it was exactly the same.
They found your photographs.
I'd received before, but to receive it at that time of day, saying
which photographs? Ripley, the mom who takes out alien moms, but she had it coming in fucking D. Octane.
We should talk.
The trees.
And then I get home.
Katie!
I'm just greeted with a terrible, gloomy silence. Because I walk in and I'm like, yeah, my day went pretty well. And then hearing, oh, you don't know. You know, it's hard to proceed from that, knowing that whatever you don't know is definitely worse than not knowing.
I mean, Maya spent 15 days inside the Lincoln Memorial. Yeah, haha, that'll cause a lot of trouble for somebody. But So what it sounds like is that Maya took pictures of, at least in this timeline, Maya took pictures of special trees by accident. It was found by the government. And she's put in the statue because of it. So we already know about this situation, her being falsely put in the Lincoln Monument as a Lincoln Looker from seasons 1 and 2. So we're bringing that back around, I guess. What did they see? I'm sure you're gonna tell us. Special trees shooting up lightning. We all know that they are a lightning rod of sorts. Who the hell is this guy? Oh. Guessing this is supposed to be a special tree, eh? And it broke. Or it's just maybe symbolism.
I'm Leonard Moreland, and I watched the animated diagram. So
this must be a Leonard Moreland.
The projector started, and we were watching it. Animated diagram first consisted of, it looked like two giant shapes almost interacting with each other. Then the next frame was an oval slowly expanding. And as it started expanding, there's another oval coming out of it.
I'm thinking this is a reference to Ouroboros in some way. This looks like a snake's eye.
Very weird. And then it started cutting back to the two other shapes interacting with each other. There was another shape that had followed behind, a gray circle. It was very off-putting.
It is very off-putting.
But immediately after that gray circle came out, I heard a loud bang behind me. I was confused. So I looked behind me, and in the conference room, somebody had slammed their head against the desk. And as I could see from just the position I was in, the only one who could, I can just see directly into his eyes. It was hard to explain, but there was no life behind it.
It's the 6 hex and hammer symbol. You're gonna have to explain that because I'm not super familiar. 6 hex and hammer symbol. 6 hex and hammer symbol. You might just be messing with me. Yep, it's the Ouroboros. Okay. Yeah, it's snake eating its tail. Gotcha. I looked it up. Google is my friend. Google is my friend. No life left behind his eyes.
There's no soul, existence, or anything behind it.
Ah.
And it was just, God, horrifying, to say the least. And as that had happened, they had started calling in doctors and nurses into the room. But before you knew it, another person from the other side of the room started saying they felt sick, they felt, woozy. And then before you know it, someone else on the other side said the same thing. They're about to pass out. It started affecting almost everyone around me. And, more doctors and nurses had to get called in. And I just remember they had these clear packages with the doctors and nurses. I didn't know what was in them, but it was clear so I could see through them. But it was something they were giving them to help them come back. What affected everyone else hadn't affected me. But I knew there was something wrong with it.
Well, no shit. If you're just looking at a projector with symbols on it, and people start passing out and slamming their heads on the desk, start feeling nauseated, start feeling sick, one after the other, yeah, it's kind of fucking weird. It's kind of fucking weird. That's just putting it lightly. So something is going on. There's got to be some sort of experiment, and everybody definitely had a reaction to said experiment.
Whatever we were shown in that diagram was not meant for us to consume. I, walked out of the conference room and just kind of didn't know where else to go from there. It almost kind of seemed funny when you look back on it, but
I don't know if I'd call it funny.
I'm still not affected by the diagram. I've noticed no change whatsoever.
But everyone can see it in Leonard's eyes. He's survivor guilt. Nothing feels the same anymore. It did affect him in some way. He just didn't notice it. He outlived everyone in that room, so apparently everybody that was associated with that died. Sounds like those neuro weapons they were talking about in Congress last week. It could be. To be some MK Ultra like shit. No one knows why. Whoa, what did that say? Hold on. Look past mirror. I'm gonna go through it slowly. Weird. Things did change, you just didn't notice it. Because he's walking around aimlessly. More than aimlessly. He's seeing something going on. Operation Seed. 1945 to ongoing, so we've seen this before. I'm guessing there's another goal to this. Statue of Liberty. What are you gonna do? Oh, she's moving down into her little pedestal. I wonder why. We know Washington was kept underneath her at one of the timelines. Is Washington gonna come say hello to us? Yep. Or it's coming out. Rocket launched. Ooh! Here comes the nuclear war, guys. Go to tree ASAP. So Maya is getting a text that all of the rockets that are inside of these monuments across the world are being shot out. I think it was the tip of the rocket. Yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, this is definitely a different timeline. And Maya's getting word that all these rockets are being sent off. It's going to be a big nuclear war. Fallout's going to be astronomical. And she's being told to go to the tree, probably to go to Wonderland. Yep. Pause. She didn't go to the tree. She used... Oh, that's reference to the corner people now. Oh, she's going to the corner where it blips you in between dimensions to go to the tree to get away from all of the disaster that's about to happen. Yes, Corner World, Meowcat. Corner World indeed. Tying that into everything as well. So at least I'm glad that in the last saga I'm going to cover for the Monument Mythos, everything up to this point is being tied in. All the pieces are coming together in one way, shape, or form. I like that. I do enjoy that. The special tree.
Let's see over the microphones.
This came out in October. Is there anything else? Yeah, there's more stuff that's going to come out.
We all in?
Okay, cool.
Thank you for being here. As you may notice, my voice is a little hoarse.
after working through the night. As you all know, last night, locals, counties, state, and federal law enforcement officers from around the state of Maine responded to reports of an active shooter.
Bringing in the active shooter stuff again. What are you signing? Everybody leaving? I'm not sure what the chairs mean. I know they're red and blue, so I'm assuming Republican Democrat is the reference. So red, 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 red. They're all red so far. But they show up as blue. Or is it a symbol? Is it symbolically all of the states that are Republican? Victims, maybe? But of what? I'm curious. 3. What does that mean? I wonder if we even get to know. Okay, there's another. So. It's a bunch of chairs. God bless America. Interesting. Alright. Next video. We've got this one and 2 more. And then we will be done for the day. We'll be halfway through the modern day Mythos saga. And we'll continue it again. Not next Sunday, but the following Sunday. So let's get into it. Actually, President Pattinson. Yes. We bring back celebrities, besides Trump, becoming president. That means Dean is not the only actor that becomes a president. Apparently, Pattinson, Robert Pattinson himself, Batman, becomes president in this particular timeline. Heaven is a room filled with silence and devoid of people. Robert Pattinson, voiced by Lev. Give props to Lev. I've spoken to them before in the past. They've done great work for this series. I'll give them a lot of credit for that. But here's a bunch of books that says Descent on it. Symbolism. Criminal justice, ethics, crime, law. Hold on. Pause. So this is all referencing probably the shootings and his political view on it. Crime, law, and social change. Violence and victims. Criminal justice and behavior. Crime and delinquency. Corrections today. Radical history. Hold on. Back up. History review. New leader. Pattinson. Or who's that? No, that's not Pattinson. Who's this guy? From Brit to POTUS. Is this a different Robert Pattinson? Because it doesn't look like him. Paul Ryan. There you go. See, I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not, like, super familiar with politics or political figures. Got no fucking idea who a lot of these people are. I could really care less. They're all scummy to me.
You get a lot of crisis over 37 years. It's just life, right? Nowadays, it's my routine to book a flight to America whenever I'm paralyzed with anxiety. I always tell myself...
Weird.
Soon I'll get so sick of these trips that I'll condition myself out of any more crises. But the truth is, I can't stop going to the States. The other day I went for a walk in Florida and I had a massive revelation. I was the right age and my parents' military service backed my citizenship. I thought to myself, a lot of history's happened since I was born, but since he's all grown up now, what if little Rob had a say?
dance, dance. All the events of modern day. Dance, dance, dance. Prince Diana, MJ, Hillary. A lot of crises, indeed. It's kind of like some weird modern we didn't start the fire. Interesting. There he is. He's one edgy looking president, that's for sure.
How to say?
Pattinson, what a fraud had to say. 2024. That would be interesting if Rob Pattinson did go for president. That would be interesting. I'm curious as to why he picked him specifically. Dean, I can kind of understand. But why Robert Pattinson? Curiouser and curiouser, don't you think? Of course, I'll never get to ask because, you know. Full audio was privately recorded by Robert Pattinson. Okay, what does he say? Curious.
On the first day of work, I realized the reality of all things. No one's here to help you. Nobody wants to make your life easier. Hate and anger.
He's a fan, Team Edward. Never speak of that evil series to me again, Octane. Never again. Doesn't exist.
Thrive in Washington. Gossip is widespread. And everything should be taken personally. There's a mouth whispering your name behind every corner. If heaven is a room filled with silence and devoid of people, I quickly realized that I must maintain the Oval Office like this. It's the only place where I can be left alone. But the memories of this room stain every surface. Cigar ash, Coca-Cola cans. This is the dirtiest room in the White House because every president has asked for silence. This means there's no maintenance, no janitors. The waste that's made is left behind. But maybe there's
condoms. Ew.
Maybe there's still respect left in the world.
Those are some nasty bugle fingers. Ew. Ew. Why? Why? Please, God, why?
I checked the underside of the Resolute desk. There's dried gum underneath.
Yeah, I'm curious. I wonder if there's a reason behind that. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. We'll have to see. Donald J. Trump, American president. I guess more references to American Psycho. Maybe. It's kind of demonic, isn't it? The eyes, the look. A little bit demonic.
The media says that celebrities should stay at home. They say we should kick back and relax while the world burns. They say we must leave the world to the Democrats. Then the Democrats scream when a celebrity has had enough. I say we've had enough. I support any celebrity who decides to run. We understand the world more than the sick sheep who currently run the country.
Do you? Do you? This has to be some kind of parody. Because, that's definitely something to say. That's definitely a take. Turned out really well when one did. Last election season. Or the one before that. In 2016. Just saying.
I say every celebrity should run. They're fine people, and we would vote for only the best, like like you.
I'm just gonna laugh. I'm just gonna laugh. That's all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna laugh at it. Cover doesn't look like Trump. No, it doesn't. I'm just gonna sit here and laugh. Just gonna sit and laugh. And giggle.
We just have to look for them. Survival of the fittest. Personally, I think Rob Pattinson would be great.
Whoa. I mean, he looks like a Chad in that picture. Trump looks fucking weird. What happened to your face? I just want to know what happened to his face. Why is his eyes like that? There's our thumbnail, y'all. President Pattinson. Alright. Got 2 more of these. 2 more. The Monument Monster. And description says, no, claim the Monument Monster reigns evaluation as of 2023 in all likelihood. Interesting. So audio from the Oval Office, okay. No longer mentally well enough to be president. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. That sounds kinda scary. Sounds like an absolute fucking breakdown to me. I don't like it. Kinda scary. Mentally up for the job of being president. Mental illness in the Oval Office. Mentally sharp enough. So-called mental decline. Missing... Hold on. I'm guessing this is, I'm guessing it's in reference to our current president. Missing mental health status exam. Review a president's mental fitness. Could America elect a mentally ill president? Monument Monster. That's one heck of a photo of Pattinson. I'm going to mute, because that is copyright claim. Sounds like the audio from White House. Okay, maybe not. Interesting. Total Eclipse of the Heart is playing in the background. It's a rendition of Total Eclipse of the Heart. How does one man have so much power? I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark, living in a powder keg and giving up sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Yeah, it's Total Eclipse of the Heart. It is a very good song. I agree with you, Jacob. I wonder if he actually posted that on Twitter. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. No, it's not called Turnaround. It's Total Eclipse of the Heart. That's what the name of the song actually is. It's not Turnaround. Unless you're joking. I think you're joking.
Remember the mugshot? Everyone remembers the mugshot. But I haven't told you the story of the movie. You'll love this. While I was in Fulton County Jail, I was treated like everyone else at first. But then the guard said, "Donald, it's going to be a long time before we can take your photo. At least a few hours. We got a lot of other prisoners ahead of you. You gotta wait, just like the rest of them." And I'm an okay guy. So I said, "Not a problem. What can I do to pass the time?" And you know what she said? She said, "Mr. President, I got a movie for you." I don't think the other prisoners watched movies because they took me to an empty room with one projector. Dust everywhere. Nobody else was in there. I didn't ask questions. I just...
Did he actually say all of this? Fatty Willis has a lot of Are you saying a lot of charges against her now? I'm not sure who that is either. Again, I don't understand a lot of political references because I don't like politics. It bothers me quite a bit, actually. So I don't understand the reference, Snoopy. Sorry. But I'm curious if he actually said all of this. Wouldn't be surprised.
It wasn't Hollywood.
Oh, no. This him seeing the Ouroboros, the stuff that we saw 2 videos ago.
Before, I don't know. All I know is that it was the most horrendous, awful, disgusting propaganda I'd ever seen. I don't even want to call it science fiction, but it was. Terrible science fiction. Horrible cast. Rob Pattinson was in it. I can't even remember the title.
Oh, no.
It was American Dream, or some no-good nonsense like that. The movie was so bad, my head started to hurt. I literally got dizzy.
Curious. I need to check something now. Need to check it. American Dream. Robert Pattinson. Is that an actual movie? Not seeing anything. No. I don't see anything that's a movie titled that way. Don't know. It's the title of the previous video. Ah, gotcha.
A few minutes later, I got my picture taken. I'd rather get another mugshot than watch that movie again.
Gotcha.
Later, I was told that the movie was an art project by one of the guard's kids, and the department wanted to show me.
Makes
I
sense.
was frank with the guard. I told her, "You got one messed up kid, lady. Totally sick in the head. Probably should see a doctor." She laughed. Nobody took me seriously there. Today, everyone tells me that this movie doesn't exist. But I saw it. I saw it loud and clear in Fulton County Jail.
Interesting. It's that thing again. I really don't like that audio. Drawings from the Oval Office. It looks like it's referencing all of the missiles in the monuments around the world. This is ominous as shit. What the fuck? What the absolute fuck? My Boss by Robert Pattinson. It's like some cryptid looking thing. Like what? What is happening here? What the fuck is this thing? I'm disturbed on so many levels. The Ouroboros. Drawings from past terms. 2023. And 2018 and 2023. Or those are the years that they were drawn. Oh, wow. So that must be an image Donald drew and an image Joe drew. Owlman is supposed to be as opposed to Batman? I have no idea. They're all called My Boss. Have you seen me? There's your sleep paralysis demon tonight, chat. Enjoy it. Have a good time seeing that in your dreams. Hello, viewer. Alright, we've got one more video, and then we'll be done for today. And this one is Virginia's Winter Wonderland. Claim all things truly wicked start from innocence. Evaluation. Authentic quote from Senator Ernest Hemingway. Wonder what we're going to see in this very last one for today.
Have you ever had a moment when you realized that the rest of your life was ruined?
Yes.
I hope you haven't, but if you have, I understand. I was born on Christmas.
Ernest Hemingway. It's not. I don't think Ernest Hemingway was actually a senator. Remember, there are a lot of references of people throughout history that are in different roles than they were in our reality. Different timelines. Different shit happens.
Day, 1983.
Okay.
I always wished I was born 3 years earlier.
Yes, it's alternate Earth, alternate timelines and stuff.
I like perfect numbers, like 80. 1983 is not a perfect number. Only one thing of interest occurred on my birthday. Geronimo, the Spanish artist, died at the age of 90. 90 years old, can you imagine? 90 years of happiness would have been paradise.
90 years is a long time. That is quite a long time on Earth. Oh, hold on.
90 years of happiness.
I hit a button on accident. Sorry, guys.
But not for Juan. Juan was a very sad man. He painted to stay alive. He often drew ladders to express his desire to escape. But I have a bad...
It's funny because our Hemingway used to hang out with Picasso. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for that little tidbit. A fun fact for the day, Octane. I appreciate that.
Family history with ladders. When I was 3, I threw my mother's jewelry into the chandelier above. I wanted to see what she would do. She yelled at me and called my father over. Don't worry, he told us. I'll get the ladder. As she brought the ladder into the room, Mother stood frowning in the corner with her arms crossed.
He used to try and pick up his leftovers. Is that literal with, like food, or I don't know necessarily if it's being literally, like what you mean by leftovers. He also had a house in Cuba. The house in Cuba is a tourist trap now. Sounds about right. Okay, so you are being riddled, like, actually. Oh, girls. Okay. Gotcha.
When Father got to the top step, he reached for the jewelry in the chandelier. Then the ladder began to tip.
Oof. Well, you're not supposed to get to the very top rung of the ladder. If you have to stand on the very top of the rung of the ladder, that means that the ladder is too short and you need a taller ladder. Because that's absolutely unsafe.
He held on to the chandelier. The ladder fell to the floor. My mother ran to help him. The chandelier fell and crushed them both.
Oof.
I hid in the corner of the living room. I couldn't dare to turn around. I couldn't see what else had exploded behind me. I just couldn't.
That has to be something extremely traumatic. Being in the room when your dad gets absolutely obliterated by a chandelier because of his poor choices and poor safety measures. Yikes.
I can't touch jewelry anymore, and I don't care to wear it.
I think that no matter what reality Virginia is in, she's always meant to have a troubled and sad life. That's the unfortunate reality of her character, I think, Meowcat. It is very sad, I agree with you. It's 100% the saddest thing in the world. But that's what it seems like her through line is. Intermission, please pause this short film and step away from your device. No. Yes, she is a constant for this multiverse, Jacob. If you are confused, I highly suggest you check out the 2 videos that I made on the first 2 seasons. It will make things a lot easier to understand. There's the Ouroboros. Looks like a tree. You may resume now. Seizure mode activate. Dun dun dun. Just kidding. Hopefully nobody will have a seizure from this. That's an interesting drawing.
My name is Richard Tiller, and I was the director of the Walt Disney Home for Children.
Oh, Disney. Hi, Disney.
In a state of immense shock. Notably, she refused to be assigned to the girls' quarters. Among the others, Virginia quickly became the subject of pranks and gossip. We didn't know if it was the way she dressed, or the way she walked, or spoke, or slept. All we knew was that her presence deeply affected the others.
This sounds like it's audio from when, Virginia from one universe was transferred to another after the Christmas incident at the Rockefeller Center. That's what it sounds like. I just remember from the 80s when the old Voltron cartoons. With the old Voltron cartoons. Yeah. Because remember, Disney is a doctor in the Monument Mythos universe.
Comfort was irrational, of course. Irrational and irreparable. Eventually we decided it was best for her to have a separate room, away from the others. That's when she started collecting the wood. We didn't know for weeks, of course, but Virginia often snuck into the woods behind the orphanage at recess. We thought all the children stayed away from the trees.
Oh, that is so unbelievably fucking sad. Oh, the implications that are so unbelievably depressing. So, Virginia was stuck in Wonderland after interacting with the special tree at the Rockefeller Center for God knows how long. And she met who is actually, and she didn't know at the time, her son, Everett, in Wonderland. He was her protector, he was her friend, he was her keeper, while they tried to survive their forays in a very paradoxical and unyielding Wonderland, full of terrors beyond your wildest dreams. And then she was separated from him taken to another world that she did not understand. So it sounds like while she was in the hospital, she would go to the tree outside, or the trees outside, in hopes that she would return there to Everett. That's what this implies. And that is beyond depressing. Holy shit.
But there were piles of wood in her room. In the last weeks of her stay, Virginia began a construction project. Small houses in the corners of the orphanage. When her parents passed, she was found by her neighbors, hiding in the corner of the living room.
She's hoping to go back through the
I
corner.
thought these corner homes were related. She'd sit and read in them all the time. We had no idea how she could fit inside those things. None of the other children could get in. I don't really know how to tell you what I saw when I was inside.
Corners. It's the beginning of the corner folk stuff. Utilizing corners to go in between dimensions.
It was kind of like a maze.
And Virginia knew about it.
She built 18 of these homes before she disappeared. Since then, Virginia's become a bit of an urban legend around here. I don't believe those little homes did anything.
Oh, hi.
But she was
How creepy peepee. Wait, what are these things? Oh, wait, hold on. I need to look at these images again. So, creepy trees.
Only the last 17.
Creepy trees. And then says, please don't.
Only the last 17.
I'm gonna mute that because it's loud. There's the thing again. Please don't hurt them. Virginia, leave now. So that's what it looks like. Please, Virginia, leave now. Leave. Please. That's very creepy. Ooh. Note. The Walt Disney Home for Children closed 3 weeks after Virginia's disappearance in 2001. Yeah, I know. That's why I muted it. I heard it. Virginia in 2001.
I understand.
Hi, my name is Leonard Moreland. I have a story to tell. At one point, I was walking into my bathroom, and as I set my belongings down, I turned the corner, and I noticed this thing on the wall. It was right above the light switch.
Corner folk.
It had a shadow that was bigger than the wall. It had multiple legs.
No, not the corner folk.
Stuck onto the wall. And they were bendy. It
Maybe?
looked like an out-of-place Halloween decoration. And as I stood there and noticed it, it just didn't move. I was frozen in fear.
Huh.
I didn't know what to do. I held onto my belongings and just stared. What felt like an eternity. I grabbed my belongings and ran out. And as I sat in my living room, breathing, hyperventilating,
I probably would too.
every limb in my body started slowly. Couldn't feel my feet, couldn't feel my legs, couldn't feel my hands.
Paralysis demons.
And as I just sit down, I just feel like parts of my body slowly wither away as I just witnessed this thing on my wall, this creature. And then within the next day I checked, it was gone. I have no idea where it went. And
Maybe it is quarter folk of some
fear
sort.
that one day I will see it again.
Probably will. Guy is losing his mind. Mind, sanity, gone. Checked out. Bye-bye. See ya never. Homie is losing it. If he hasn't lost it already. What are you doing, bro? There's the Ouroboros. Countdown. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what happens now? Final step. Please remain still and breathe regularly. Are we getting indoctrinated right now? Are we in some MK Ultra experiment because we watched this on stream. I have no idea. Oh. They're looking at us, y'all. Run, Forrest. Seeing the chandelier fall. Disney. It's another song. It's, well, you can sharpen your knife. Believe that dad could bring the good God. Let me give you my life. Take me to church. All things truly wicked start from innocence. So, did Virginia become some sort of weird, like, spider creature? That's what it looks like. So in this universe, Virginia, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So in this universe, Virginia is the demon, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to find out because we've got another 7 videos in 2 weeks. But until then, you guys, thank you so much for coming back in. Of course, that stream, finishing up this, will be the last that I do on the Monument Mythos. I'll cover what I talked about already again in that next stream in 2 weeks. Next weekend, I'm going to be with Nox Archive, and he's going to be holding my hand while I go through an absolute meltdown over a really, really shitty book that I had to try to get through for a video that's not ever going to become a video because it was just too much work to put together, and it took way too much of my mental faculties. It was just a drain. So, until next time, I will see you in sweet nightmares.
Bite me one time. Bite me twice. Oh, ah, that's rather nice. Frankenstein, freaks and grudge. Scream out loud, you're out of luck. Crime so beastly, can't get enough. Ooh, it's all psychotic love. I start to turn when all the streets are moving. I suck 'em dry and rip off all the skin bits. 'Cause freaky horror films, I'll always be a fan. From Nosferatu right up to Train to Busan. And what a beautiful werewolf queen we have inside it. To slice a path of hell with a foul death beside it. Spooky sounds, blood and brains, hunted down by the insane. Crime so beastly, can't get enough. Ooh, it's all psychotic love.